London. The very name conjures images of sky-high property prices, million-pound shoebox apartments, and a housing market so expensive that even seasoned investors break into a cold sweat. Walk through Mayfair, Knightsbridge, or Chelsea, and you'll see price tags that would make your grandmother faint and your bank manager weep. The average London property price hovers around £735,000, with prime central areas commanding figures that would buy you a castle in most other countries. But what if I told you there's another side to London's property story? What if beneath the headlines about unaffordable housing and priced-out locals, there exists a hidden network of districts where property prices are so reasonable, so surprisingly accessible, that you'll question whether you're looking at genuine London postcodes or some elaborate hoax? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on London's best-kept secret, 10 districts where savvy buyers are snapping up properties at prices that seem too good to be true. These aren't forgotten wastelands or dangerous no-go zones. These are emerging neighborhoods with character, history, and potential that the mainstream property market hasn't fully discovered yet. From vibrant multicultural communities to areas undergoing dramatic regeneration, from districts with excellent transport links to neighborhoods rich in green spaces, we're about to explore corners of London where your money stretches further than you ever imagined possible. These are places where first-time buyers aren't extinct, where investors see triple-digit percentage returns, and where the London dream remains achievable for ordinary people with ordinary salaries. The property game in London isn't just about location anymore. It's about timing, research, and having the courage to look beyond the obvious. While everyone else is fighting over overpriced properties in zones 1 and 2, smart money is moving into these districts, recognizing value where others see only potential problems. So buckle up as we embark on a journey through London's most surprising property landscape. Whether you're a first-time buyer, a seasoned investor, or simply curious about London's hidden potential, prepare to see the capital through entirely new eyes. These 10 districts are about to challenge everything you thought you knew about London property prices. Barking and Dagenham. Welcome to Barking and Dagenham, the East London borough that's quietly becoming one of the capital's most talked about property hotspots among those in the know. While others chase inflated prices in trendy areas, savvy investors are discovering extraordinary value in this traditionally working-class stronghold that's experiencing a remarkable renaissance. The numbers alone are enough to make seasoned property professionals do a double take. Average property prices in Barking and Dagenham hover around £320,000, representing incredible value in a city where similar money might secure you a parking space in prime central London. Two-bedroom terraced houses that would cost over £1 million in neighbouring areas can be found here for under £300,000, while three-bedroom family homes regularly sell for prices that wouldn't secure a studio apartment in zones 1 or 2. But Barking and Dagenham's appeal extends far beyond mere affordability. This borough is undergoing one of London's most ambitious regeneration programs, with Barking Riverside leading the charge as a transformational development that will eventually house 50,000 residents. The scale of investment pouring into this area is staggering. Billions of pounds in public and private funding are reshaping the landscape, creating new communities, parks, schools, and commercial spaces that will serve generations to come. Transport connectivity represents one of Barking and Dagenham's strongest selling points. Barking Station provides direct access to central London via the District and Hammersmith and City lines, with journey times to Liverpool Street taking just 25 minutes. The C2C railway line offers alternative routes into the city and Canary Wharf, while upcoming Crossrail services will revolutionize connectivity even further. For a district with such affordable property prices, the transport links are genuinely exceptional. The area's industrial heritage is being carefully preserved and repurposed, creating fascinating mixed-use developments that blend historic character with modern living. Former factory spaces are being converted into loft-style apartments, while new-build developments incorporate design elements that honor the area's manufacturing legacy. This thoughtful approach to regeneration is creating communities with genuine identity rather than generic urban sprawl. For first-time buyers, Barking and Dagenham represents one of London's few remaining opportunities to enter the property market without requiring exceptional salaries or massive deposits. Young professionals working in Canary Wharf or the city can secure spacious homes with reasonable commutes, achieving the space and quality of life that would be impossible in more central locations. Woolwich, cross the Thames to southeast London and discover Woolwich, a district where royal heritage meets modern regeneration in ways that create exceptional property opportunities for those willing to look beyond surface appearances. This historic artillery town is experiencing a remarkable transformation that smart investors are already capitalizing on, while mainstream buyers remain focused on more obvious locations. Property prices in Woolwich present compelling value propositions that seem almost impossible in contemporary London. Average prices around £380,000 secure significantly more space and better specifications than comparable investments in many other London boroughs. Victorian terraces with original features intact sell for prices that wouldn't secure small flats in areas with less character and fewer amenities. The price per square foot calculations in Woolwich consistently outperform neighbouring districts that receive more media attention. The Royal Arsenal development stands as Woolwich's crown jewel, a masterfully planned community built within the historic Royal Arsenal complex. This £1.5 billion regeneration project transforms former military buildings into stunning residential, commercial, and cultural spaces while preserving the area's unique character. The attention to detail in converting Grade to Second listed buildings creates living spaces with character that new build developments elsewhere struggle to match. Transport connectivity from Woolwich rivals many supposedly superior London locations. The DLR extension to Woolwich Arsenal provides direct links to Canary Wharf, Bank, and central London, with journey times that make commuting entirely practical. National Rail services from Woolwich Dockyard and Woolwich Arsenal stations offer alternative routes into London Bridge and Charing Cross, providing redundancy that many commuters value highly. Crossrail's arrival at Woolwich represents a game-changing transport improvement that will fundamentally alter the area's connectivity and desirability. Journey times to central London will reduce dramatically, while direct access to Heathrow Airport will enhance Woolwich's appeal to international professionals and frequent travellers. This infrastructure investment alone justifies increased confidence in Woolwich property values. The Thames waterfront location provides Woolwich with natural assets that landlocked districts cannot match. River views, waterside walking paths, and proximity to Thames barrier create lifestyle amenities typically associated with much more expensive riverside developments. The planned Thames Clipper services will add another transport dimension while emphasizing Woolwich's unique riverside character. Cultural amenities in Woolwich continue expanding as regeneration progresses. The Woolwich Works Arts venue occupies magnificently converted Royal Arsenal buildings, hosting performances and events that attract visitors from across London. The Firepower Royal Artillery Museum provides world-class historical exhibitions, while local festivals and markets create community cohesion that many newly developed areas struggle to achieve. For owner-occupiers, Woolwich offers the rare combination of character, space, amenities, and connectivity at price points that remain accessible to middle-income households. The sense of community spirit, enhanced by shared participation in area transformation, creates social capital that supplements financial investment returns. Bexleyheath journey further into southeast London and discover Bexleyheath, a district that consistently flies under the radar of mainstream property searches, despite offering some of London's most compelling value propositions. While central London buyers fight over overpriced studios, Bexleyheath delivers spacious family homes, excellent amenities, and surprising connectivity at prices that make financial sense for ordinary working families. The property market in Bexleyheath presents opportunities that seem almost anachronistic in contemporary London. Average house prices, around £420,000, secure substantial family homes with gardens, parking, and period features that would cost double or triple in more fashionable areas. 4-bedroom Victorian houses with original bay windows, high ceilings, and mature gardens regularly sell for less than small 2-bedroom flats in zones closer to central London. The value equation here is so favorable that many buyers initially question whether they're looking at accurate listings. Bexleyheath's town centre represents one of southeast London's most successful high streets, anchored by the Broadway shopping centre and complemented by independent retailers, restaurants, and services that create genuine community atmosphere. Unlike many London suburbs, where chain stores dominate, Bexleyheath maintains character through local businesses that have served the community for generations, alongside newer establishments, reflecting changing demographics. Investment potential in Bexleyheath appears solid based on sustained demand from families priced out of inner London, continued transport improvements, and the area's established amenity base. While dramatic appreciation seems unlikely, steady long-term growth supported by fundamental supply and demand dynamics makes Bexleyheath attractive for conservative investors seeking reliable returns. The area's proximity to both countryside and central London creates lifestyle flexibility that pure urban or rural locations cannot match. Residents can access Blue Water Shopping Centre, Brands Hatch Racing Circuit, and numerous Kent attractions, while maintaining practical commuting distance to London employment centres. This best of both worlds positioning appeals particularly to families with diverse interests and requirements. For first-time buyers, Bexleyheath represents one of London's few remaining opportunities to secure substantial family homes without requiring exceptional incomes or massive deposits. Young professionals can establish themselves in spacious properties that provide room for family growth, home offices, and lifestyle amenities that smaller central London properties simply cannot accommodate. Thamesmead venture into southeast London's most ambitious regeneration story and discover Thamesmead, a district where brutalist architecture meets forward-thinking urban planning in ways that create exceptional opportunities for property investors willing to look beyond conventional wisdom. This unique estate, built in the 1960s as a model for modern living, is experiencing a renaissance that smart money is already capitalizing on, while mainstream buyers remain distracted by more obvious locations. Property prices in Thamesmead present some of London's most compelling value propositions, with average prices around £280,000, securing apartments and houses that would cost significantly more in any other London location, with comparable transport links and amenities. 2-bedroom flats with balconies, modern specifications, and communal facilities regularly sell for under £250,000, while 3-bedroom houses with gardens can be secured for prices that wouldn't buy parking spaces in central London. The architectural character of Thamesmead polarizes opinion, but those who appreciate modernist design find exceptional value in properties with unique features, generous proportions, and innovative layouts that conventional developments rarely achieve. The concrete structures, when properly maintained and updated, offer thermal efficiency, sound insulation, and spatial configuration that modern buyers increasingly value over superficial period features. Thamesmead's regeneration program represents one of London's most comprehensive urban renewal projects, with Peabody's master plan transforming the estate through strategic demolition, refurbishment, and new construction. The £1.5 billion investment program will create thousands of new homes while preserving and enhancing the area's distinctive character. This level of coordinated investment typically generates substantial property appreciation for early investors. Transport connectivity from Thamesmead continues improving through targeted infrastructure investment. The existing bus network provides comprehensive coverage to key London destinations, while the proposed DLR extension would revolutionize accessibility by providing direct rail connections to Canary Wharf and central London. These transport improvements, when completed, will fundamentally alter Thamesmead's desirability and property values. The area's relationship with water represents one of its most distinctive and valuable characteristics. Thamesmead's extensive lake system, originally designed for flood management, creates unique waterside living opportunities rarely available at these price points elsewhere in London. Properties with lake views, waterside walks, and aquatic amenities offer lifestyle experiences typically associated with much more expensive riverside developments. Investment fundamentals in Thamesmead appear exceptionally strong, given the scale of regeneration investment, transport improvement plans, and current price levels relative to London averages. The combination of affordability, planned infrastructure investment, and unique character creates compelling investment opportunities for those willing to take medium-term positions. For owner-occupiers, Thamesmead offers space, character, and community atmosphere at price points that enable property ownership for ordinary working households. The area's evolution from 1960s social housing experiment to contemporary mixed community demonstrates how thoughtful regeneration can create value while preserving distinctive identity. Erith. Discover Erith, the Thameside district that combines riverside charm with remarkable affordability in ways that consistently surprise property seekers accustomed to London's inflated waterfront prices. While buyers pay premium rates for Thames views in central London, Erith offers genuine riverside living at prices that make waterfront property ownership achievable for middle-income households seeking space, character, and community. Property values in Erith present extraordinary opportunities for those willing to venture beyond the obvious London postcodes. Average house prices, around £350,000, secure substantial family homes, many with period features, gardens, and parking that would cost substantially more in areas with less character and fewer natural assets. Victorian terraces, with original features intact, regularly sell for prices that wouldn't secure small modern flats in supposedly more desirable locations. The Thames frontage in Erith provides lifestyle amenities typically associated with much more expensive riverside developments throughout London. Riverside walks, marina facilities, and waterside pubs create recreational opportunities that central London residents pay premium prices to access occasionally. The Erith Yacht Club offers sailing and social facilities that enhance the maritime character while providing community focal points for residents. Erith's town centre, while modest in scale, provides comprehensive shopping and services that meet most daily requirements without necessitating expensive trips to larger retail destinations. The High Street maintains traditional London market town atmosphere through independent retailers, family-run businesses, and established pubs that create genuine community character, often missing in newer developments. Transport connections from Erith offer more variety than many London suburbs, with national rail services providing direct routes to London Bridge, Charing Cross, and Victoria stations. Journey times average 45 minutes to central London, which compares favourably with many outer London areas that command significantly higher property prices. The riverside location also enables river transport options that may expand as Thames transport services develop. Investment potential in Erith appears solid based on riverside location, transport connectivity, and current price levels relative to London averages. While dramatic short-term appreciation seems unlikely, the combination of fundamental assets and affordable entry prices creates opportunities for patient investors seeking steady long-term returns supported by genuine underlying value. Abbey Wood. Step into Abbey Wood, southeast London's quiet achiever that's about to become significantly less quiet thanks to Crossrail's transformational impact on this historically overlooked district. While property speculators chase obvious opportunities in central London, Abbey Wood represents one of the capital's most compelling investment stories, a perfect storm of affordability, connectivity improvements, and regeneration potential that smart money is already positioning to capitalize on. Property prices in Abbey Wood currently present exceptional value that seems almost impossible given the area's proximity to central London and upcoming transport improvements. Average house prices, around £390,000, secure substantial family homes with gardens, period features, and character that would cost double in areas with inferior transport links and fewer amenities. Three-bedroom Edwardian terraces with original features regularly sell for prices that wouldn't secure small modern flats in supposedly more desirable postcodes. The arrival of Crossrail at Abbey Wood station represents a seismic shift in the area's connectivity and desirability profile. Direct services to Bond Street, Liverpool Street, and Canary Wharf will reduce journey times dramatically while providing the kind of frequent, reliable service that transforms residential areas from suburban backwaters into commuter hotspots. This infrastructure investment typically generates substantial property appreciation as improved accessibility attracts new demographics. Abbey Wood's position on the southeastern edge of London provides unique advantages, offering genuine suburban atmosphere with gardens, trees, and community spirit, while maintaining practical access to central London employment centres. This combination becomes increasingly valuable as remote working patterns enable professionals to prioritise space and quality of life over minimal commute times. Industrial heritage in Abbey Wood creates architectural interest through former factory buildings and period housing that reflect the area's manufacturing past. This historical character, when preserved and enhanced through thoughtful development, adds identity and distinctiveness that generic new build areas struggle to achieve, creating communities with genuine character and local pride. Investment fundamentals in Abbey Wood appear exceptionally strong, given Crossrail implementation, current price levels, and regeneration momentum. The combination of infrastructure investment, affordable entry prices, and development potential creates compelling opportunities for investors willing to take medium-term positions ahead of mainstream market recognition. For owner-occupiers, Abbey Wood offers space, character, community atmosphere, and improving connectivity at price points that enable property ownership for ordinary working households. The area's evolution from overlooked suburb to well-connected residential district demonstrates how infrastructure investment can unlock previously hidden value. Plumstead venture into Plumstead, the southeast London district, where Georgian elegance meets contemporary affordability in ways that consistently surprise property seekers accustomed to London's premium pricing for period character. While buyers pay extraordinary sums for Georgian properties in prime central areas, Plumstead offers authentic historical architecture at prices that make period property ownership achievable for middle-income households seeking space, character, and community. Property values in Plumstead present remarkable opportunities for those appreciating architectural heritage and authentic period features. Average house prices, around £380,000, secure substantial Georgian and Victorian properties with original details, generous proportions, and mature gardens that would cost several times more in areas with comparable historical character but inferior transport links and community amenities. Plumstead's Georgian terraces and Victorian villas represent some of London's finest examples of period residential architecture available at accessible price points. These properties offer high ceilings, elegant proportions, original fireplaces, and period details that create living environments with character and distinction impossible to replicate in modern developments. The architectural quality rivals expensive central London areas while remaining financially accessible to ordinary buyers. Transport connectivity from Plumstead provides multiple options that enhance residential appeal and investment potential. National Rail services offer direct routes to London Bridge, Charing Cross, and Cannon Street, with journey times averaging 35 minutes 40 minutes to central London. The forthcoming Crossrail services at nearby Abbey Wood will further improve accessibility, providing additional transport options that should support property values. Plumstead Common represents one of southeast London's most significant green spaces, offering 57 acres of grassland, trees, and recreational facilities that provide community focal points and outdoor amenities typically associated with much more expensive residential areas. The Common hosts local events, provides children's play areas, and offers walking routes that enhance quality of life while creating natural boundaries that preserve neighborhood character. Green transportation initiatives in Plumstead include cycling routes and improved pedestrian facilities that enhance local mobility while reducing household transport costs. These sustainable transport options appeal particularly to environmentally conscious residents while supporting local business districts through increased foot traffic and community interaction. For first-time buyers seeking character and space, Plumstead represents exceptional opportunities to secure substantial period properties with architectural distinction at prices that enable property ownership for ordinary working households. The area offers authentic London historical character without the premium pricing typically associated with period property ownership. New Cross. Discover New Cross, South London's creative crucible, where artistic energy meets exceptional affordability in ways that consistently surprise buyers accustomed to paying premium prices for cultural vibrancy and creative community atmosphere. While Shoreditch and Dalston command extraordinary sums for their artistic credentials, New Cross delivers authentic creative culture at prices that enable artists, young professionals, and families to establish themselves in genuine community environments. Property prices in New Cross present compelling value propositions that seem impossible given the area's creative reputation, transport links, and proximity to central London. Average house prices, around £450,000, secure substantial Victorian properties with period features, generous rooms, and potential for creative use that would cost double or triple in areas with comparable cultural scenes but inferior character and community atmosphere. The creative scene in New Cross centres around Goldsmiths University, which provides intellectual and cultural energy that permeates the broader community through student populations, academic staff, and cultural programming. This educational presence creates demand for diverse housing types while supporting local businesses, cultural venues, and creative enterprises that add vibrancy and economic diversity to the area. Victorian housing stock in New Cross offers exceptional character and spatial generosity at price points that enable creative adaptation and personalization. Large rooms, high ceilings, and flexible layouts provide opportunities for home studios, workshops, and creative enterprises that central London property prices make impossible for ordinary artistic practitioners and creative entrepreneurs. Transport connectivity from New Cross provides excellent access to central London through multiple rail services and extensive bus networks. London Overground services connect directly to Shoreditch, Dalston, and other creative districts, while National Rail services provide routes to London Bridge and central London. The East London Line extension enhanced accessibility significantly, making New Cross practically accessible for creative professionals working across London. Community initiatives in New Cross include local festivals, art projects, and environmental programs that create social capital and neighborhood pride, enhancing residential appeal while supporting local businesses and cultural organizations. These grassroots activities create intangible value that supplements financial investment returns through enhanced quality of life and community connection. For creative practitioners and young professionals, New Cross offers authentic community atmosphere, creative opportunities, and affordable property ownership at prices that enable establishment and creative development in genuine London cultural environments rather than generic new-build developments lacking character or community spirit. Catford. Enter Catford, South London's unsung hero, where transport revolution meets remarkable affordability in ways that create exceptional opportunities for savvy property investors willing to look beyond surface appearances. While mainstream buyers focus on obvious locations, Catford is quietly positioning itself as one of London's most compelling investment stories through strategic regeneration, transport improvements, and community-driven development that smart money is already capitalizing on. Property values in Catford present extraordinary opportunities that consistently surprise buyers accustomed to London's inflated pricing for areas with inferior transport links and fewer amenities. Average house prices, around £410,000, secure substantial Edwardian and Victorian properties with period features, generous gardens, and architectural character that would cost substantially more in areas with comparable transport connectivity and regeneration potential. The transformational regeneration of Catford centers around the ambitious town centre redevelopment program that will create thousands of new homes, retail spaces, and community facilities, while preserving the area's distinctive character and affordability. This £2 billion investment programme represents one of South London's most comprehensive urban renewal projects, combining public and private funding to create sustainable mixed communities. Transport connectivity from Catford provides exceptional access to central London through multiple rail services that rival supposedly superior locations, commanding significantly higher property prices. National rail services offer direct routes to Victoria, London Bridge, and Charing Cross, with journey times averaging 25 minutes to central London. These transport links place Catford within practical commuting distance while maintaining suburban character and affordability. Investment fundamentals in Catford appear exceptionally strong, given regeneration scale, transport improvement plans, and current price levels relative to London averages. The combination of comprehensive redevelopment, infrastructure investment, and affordable entry prices creates compelling opportunities for investors willing to take medium-term positions ahead of transformation completion. Community initiatives in Catford include local festivals, environmental projects, and business development programs that create social capital and neighborhood pride. These grassroots activities enhance residential appeal while supporting local businesses and cultural organizations, creating intangible value that supplements financial investment returns through improved quality of life and community connection. The nighttime economy in Catford includes established pubs, restaurants, and entertainment venues that serve diverse communities while maintaining family-friendly character. This balance between vibrancy and residential tranquility appeals to households seeking authentic London neighborhood atmosphere without the noise, crime, and expense associated with central London entertainment districts. For first-time buyers and young families, Catford represents exceptional opportunities to secure substantial properties with character, gardens, and community amenities at prices that enable property ownership for ordinary working households. The area's evolution from overlooked suburb to regeneration focus demonstrates how strategic investment can unlock previously hidden value while preserving community identity. Peckham. Conclude our journey through London's hidden property gems with Peckham, the South London district that has undergone one of the capital's most remarkable transformations, while somehow maintaining affordability that seems impossible given its creative credentials, transport links, and proximity to central London. This former overlooked area now represents the perfect case study of how authentic cultural development creates sustainable property value without destroying community character. Property prices in Peckham present compelling value propositions that continue to surprise buyers familiar with the area's reputation for creativity, culture, and community spirit. Average house prices, around £520,000, secure substantial Victorian properties with period features, generous proportions, and potential for creative adaptation that would cost significantly more in areas with comparable cultural scenes but inferior character and community authenticity. The creative renaissance in Peckham centers around venues like Peckham Levels, Bold Tendencies, and numerous artist studios that have transformed former industrial buildings into cultural destinations, attracting visitors from across London and beyond. This authentic creative development, driven by artistic communities rather than corporate investment, creates sustainable cultural value that supports long-term property appreciation through genuine creative momentum. Victorian housing stock in Peckham offers exceptional character and spatial generosity that enables creative adaptation, family living, and entrepreneurial activity at price points that make diverse residential use financially viable. Large terraced houses with original features provide opportunities for multi-generational living, home businesses, and creative enterprises that central London property prices make impossible for ordinary creative practitioners. Community initiatives in Peckham include local festivals, art projects, and social enterprises that create community cohesion and local pride. These grassroots activities enhance residential appeal while supporting local businesses and cultural organizations, creating social capital that supplements financial investment returns through improved quality of life and authentic community connection. Nighttime economy in Peckham includes diverse entertainment venues, from traditional pubs to innovative cocktail bars and music venues that create vibrant social scenes while maintaining community character. This cultural vibrancy attracts creative professionals and young families seeking authentic London neighbourhood atmosphere without the expense and pretension associated with more obvious cultural districts. London's hidden property revolution. As our journey through these 10 remarkable districts concludes, one truth emerges with startling clarity: London's property story extends far beyond the headline-grabbing prices of prime central areas and the predictable investment advice focusing on Zones 1 and 2. Hidden across the capital's diverse boroughs lies a network of neighbourhoods where property ownership remains achievable, where communities thrive, and where smart investors are quietly building substantial wealth through patient strategic positioning. From Barking and Dagenham's industrial renaissance to Peckham's creative transformation, from Woolwich's royal heritage regeneration to Abbey Wood's transport revolution, these districts represent more than simple alternatives to expensive central London property. They embody London's authentic character, its working-class heritage, and its democratic promise that the capital should remain accessible to ordinary people with ordinary incomes seeking extraordinary opportunities. The numbers speak volumes about the opportunities available to those willing to look beyond conventional wisdom. While average London property prices hover around £735,000, our 10 districts offer substantial family homes, period character, and community amenities at prices ranging from £280,000 to £520,000. These aren't compromises or consolation prizes, they're genuine opportunities to secure space, character, and community at price points that enable wealth building rather than financial strain. As London's property market continues evolving, these districts will likely transition from hidden gems to recognized opportunities, from overlooked suburbs to established residential destinations. The question facing potential buyers and investors isn't whether these areas will appreciate in value, but whether they'll position themselves to benefit from the inevitable transformation while these opportunities remain accessible. The London dream of owning substantial property in a vibrant, well-connected community with character, culture, and reasonable prices isn't dead. It has simply moved beyond the obvious postcodes, beyond the estate agent recommendations, beyond the conventional wisdom that equates expense with desirability. In these 10 districts, that dream remains alive, achievable, and waiting for those bold enough to look beyond the surface and discover London's hidden property revolution.